Okay, we will start. Good afternoon to each and everyone. All back members, Vice Back Chairman, Back DPWH and Back Secretariat, and also to our prospective bidders on site and online. Good afternoon. Today we're going to have a pre-bidding conference of 4 infrastructure projects. To start with, may I call on our Back Secretariat for our prayer, followed by the attendance.
Thank you that today we dwell in your kingdom and in your presence. Thank you that as we gather together to facilitate our pre-bidding conference for CID 24JJ 0056, 58, and 66. Come with us, inspire us, and lead us in our time together. Thus always in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. We other disciples. Once again, good afternoon. I call on the attendance. Engineer Roberto Saligama, PWG member. Mauricio Orgada, your survey, Back Secretariat member. Engineer Sherlyn Form, Isorio, PWG member. Engineer Robert Halen, Back Secretariat member. Engineer Lorenzo Pimendoza, Back member. Engineer Artemio Boyugan, PWG head. Sir Ronald Galay, procurement staff. Sir Cyril Romanos, procurement staff. Engineer Mary Joy M. Garban, Back provisional member. Ma'am Christy Joy M. Antay, Back secretariat member. Engineer Artemis Alviar, Back member. Ma'am Chairman Alcachupas, Back DPWH member. Engineer Ricardo Alpano, Back secretariat head. Camila Lumpayo, procurement staff. Engineer Donald Villanueva, Back chairman. Ma'am Fritz Eptison, representative for planning and design section. Engineer Rowena Jane Nislas Moras, procurement staff. Ma'am Arlen Secafe, Back secretariat member. Ma'am Elena Biaga, representative from quality assurance section. Engineer Adrian Milana, Back vice chairman. Sir Eric Vigagamon, Back secretariat member. Let's go.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma'am Maureen. And at this juncture, may I call on, since the attendance is in majority, I will declare this pre-bidding conference quorum. And now I may call on Engineer Panong for the reading of projects.
Good morning, good afternoon everyone, especially for our back chairman, our vice chairman, back members, back DPWH, back secretariat, and to our online viewers. For the reading of 4 projects, 3 project which is from Department of Agriculture, Convergence and Special Support Program, Rainwater Collector System, construction of rainwater collector in public facilities. We have 9 beneficiaries. 1, Barangay Baha, Barangay Hall, Dimataling sa Bogor Resort. Second, Dawan National High School, Barangay Dawan, San Miguel sa Bogor Resort. Third, Dungos Elementary School, Barangay Dungos, Dinas sa Bogor Resort. Fourth, Barangay Sipina, Barangay Hall, Dimataling sa Bogor Resort. Fifth, Barangay Lalab, Barangay Hall, Dimataling sa Bogor Resort. And 6, Barangay Tipangi, Barangay Hall, Dimataling sa Bogor Resort. 7, Barangay Tingapulong, Barangay Hall, Dimataling sa Zamboanga del Sur. 8, Barangay Waling-Waling, Barangay Hall, Binsi Susagon, sa Bogor Resort. And last, number 9, DPWH, second DEO, existing office, Hipo sa Bogor Resort, with EBC of 2,895,000 pesos. For the second project, 24GG 0056, concreting of Bogayo, Gawil, Poblacion, Boyugan is Gawil Section, Farm to Market Road, Kumalarang, Zamboanga del Sur, with EBC of 29,850,000 pesos and duration 121 calendar days. Third project, 24GG 0057, completing of Barangay Ignacio, Garata, Farm to Market Road, Dinas, Zamboanga del Sur, with EBC of 14,925,000 pesos. 24GG 0058, completing of Barangay Timolan to Barangay Tuburan, Farm to Market Road, Barangay Timolan and Barangay Tuburan, Tigbao, Zamboanga del Sur, with EBC of 9,950,000 pesos and the duration 58 calendar day. And that's all, Sir Chair.
Thank you very much, Engineer Panong. So, may I call on our TWG for some reminders regarding these civil works projects.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon, everyone. For DWG concern, for submission and receipt of bids, the bidders shall submit their bids through their duly authorized representative using the form specified in the bidding documents in two separate sealed bid envelopes, or in case of electronic bid submission, shall submit two password protected bidding documents in compressed archive folder. For the first envelope, it shall contain the following technical documents. First, ULJEP certificate of registration and membership in accordance with Section 8.5.2 of revised IRR. Second, pickup license and registration or special pickup license in case of joint venture. Third, statement of all ongoing contracts, government and private. Fourth, statement of SLCC or singular complete contracts. Next, NFCC, net financial contracting capacity, joint venture agreement, bid security in prescribed form, amount, and validity period. For project requirements, we shall include the following: organizational chart for the contract to be bid, list of contractors' personnel to be assigned to the contract to be bid with their complete qualification and experience data, such as project manager, project engineers, material engineers, and foreman. Note, full implementation of Department Order Number 94, Series of 2020 shall take effect on January 2024, where only accredited project engineers of the contractors and consultants may be assigned to supervise DPWH projects. List of contractors' major equipment units which are owned, leased, and or under purchase agreements, supported by proof of ownership or certification of availability of equipment from equipment lessor vendor for the duration of the project, as the case may be. And the last document under the first envelope is omnibus sworn statement in accordance with section 25.3 of revised IRR. And for the second envelope, envelope shall contain the financial documents. The first, the bidder's audited financial statement showing, among others, the bidder's total current assets and liabilities stamp received by the BIR or its duly accredited and authorized institution for the preceding calendar year, which should not be earlier than 2 years from the date of bid submission. Second, the bid form. Third, bid prices. Fourth, detailed estimates including the summary sheet indicating the unit price of construction materials, labor rates, and equipment rentals used in coming up with the bid. And the last, the cash flow and payment schedule as per PDM, construction method if award. Note, bid shall be received by the BAC on the specified date, time, and place specified in the invitation to bid. Bids, including the eligibility requirements submitted after deadline, shall not be accepted by the BAC. The original copy and copy 1 of the bid form shall be typed or written in ink and shall be signed by the bidders or its duly authorized representative. Unsealed or unmarked bid envelopes, or in case of electronic bid submission, bidding documents not in compressed archive folders and are not password protected, shall be rejected. The BAC shall assume no responsibility for the misplacement of contents of the improperly sealed marked bid. Any missing, incomplete, patently insufficient document in the above mentioned checklist is a ground for outright rejection of the bid. Observe proper tabbing, use A4 bond paper. And for bid evaluation for procurement of infrastructure project, the BAC through its secretariat may ask in writing the bidder for clarification of its bid. All responses to requests for clarification shall be in writing. The BAC shall evaluate the financial component of the bids to determine the lowest calculated bid using the following step. The BAC shall immediately conduct detailed evaluation of all bids using non-discretionary criteria and considering the completeness of the bid arithmetical corrections. The BAC shall evaluate all bids on all equal footing to ensure fair and competitive bid comparison. In case of discrepancy between bid prices in figures and words, the words shall prevail. For total price per item and unit price for the items as extended or multiplied by the quantity of the item, the unit price times the quantity per item shall prevail. Stated total price and actual sum of prices of component items, the actual sum of prices shall prevail. For unit cost in detailed estimate and unit cost in bill of quantities, the unit cost in bill BOQ shall prevail. Total calculated bid prices as evaluated and corrected for computational errors and other bid modifications which exceed the ABC shall be disqualified. For modification and withdrawal of bids, a bidder may modify its bid, provided that this is done before the deadline for the submission and receipt of bids. A bidder may, through a letter, withdraw its bid before the deadline for the receipt of bids. A bidder that withdraws its bid shall not be permitted to submit another bid, directly or indirectly, for the same contract. And for Department Order number 28, Series of 2024, the three-strike policy. This is to establish a fair and transparent system for managing offenses committed by the bidder in the procurement of infrastructure, goods, and consulting services projects through public bidding. If a bidder commits 3 offenses, acts which tends to defeat the purpose of competitive bidding, shall be subjected to an administrative penalty. Offenses acts are further classified into 3 major categories. First category is withdrawal from the bidding process, submission of non-participation letter, or failure to submit a bid after purchasing the bid document. However, the BAC recognizes certain valid reason for these actions. The second category is submission of late bids without valid reason as determined by the BAC, except under extraordinary circumstances such as force majeure. The third category is submission of patently insufficient bid, which refers to a bid fails to include or comply with certain mandatory requirements. The determination of whether a bidder committed such an offense may occur during eligibility screening for infrastructure projects, submission of an expired certificate of PhilJEP's registration, or certificate of PhilJEP's certification containing expired Class A legal and financial documents as determined during the eligibility screening. And for bid evaluation, during bid evaluation, failure to submit complete list of required bid forms, submission of incomplete, insufficient, or defective documents due to the non-inclusion and or omission of mandatory provision and statement for the required bid forms, submission of an unauthorized bid securing declaration and omnibus sworn statement and joint venture agreement, submission of bid form, price schedule, bid securing declaration, omnibus sworn statement, and joint venture agreement without the name, legal capacity, and signature of the bidder or its authorized representative. Nomination of key personnel of profession different from what is required by the bidding documents. Failure to submit proof of ownership, lease of purchase agreement, or pledged equipment. Failure to submit the required certification of key personnel as per Department Order number 9 series of 2012. Failure to comply with the required minimum number of key personnel and equipment as stated in bidding documents. And the last one for during post-qualification. Participation in bidding for infrastructure projects by a bidder whose allowable range of contract cost as indicated in PCAG does not match with the specific requirements of the infrastructure project being bid for in terms of category, classification, and size ranges. And for enforcement and penalties, for further information, please refer to Department Order number 28, series of 2024. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much to our DPWH, Engineer Ali. So, on the representative from the planning and design section who prepared this, the program reports and the plans of this project, may I call first, Ms. Brgy to discuss the scope of works and the description of works to be done for project CID 24JG0066.
Once again, good afternoon everyone. For the project details of 24J0066, these are construction of 8 units, 2.95 meter diameter, a concrete water tank including installation of roof fascia boards, roof gutters, and PVC downspout to water tank. And installation of 1 unit stainless steel water tank, 4,000 liters on a steel tank, including installation of roof fascia boards, roof gutters, and PVC downspout to water tank for DPWH and second DEO existing office. For the item of works involved, we have we have B.5 for project billboard, B.7 for occupational safety and health, B.9 for mobilization or demobilization, 8031A for structure excavation common soil, 8041B for embankment from barrow, 8044 for gravel fill, item 901C2 for structural concrete, footing and slab on fill, 901C4 for structural concrete walls, 901C6 for structural concrete suspended slab, 902.1A for enforcing steel, 903.1 for formworks and false works, 10.02.27 for plumbing fixtures, 1016-1A for waterproofing, 1017-1B for roof drain with strainer, 1027-1 for cement plaster finish. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Dizon. So, may I call on Engineer Moras to discuss the remaining projects, the scope of works, and the project description.
So once again, good afternoon everyone. So for contract ID 24JG0056, construction of Bogayo, Gawil, Poblacion, Boyugan East, Gawil section, FMR, Kumalarang, Zamboanga del Sur, located at Kumalarang, Zamboanga del Sur with 121 calendar days. So it has two sections. For section 1, that will be at 5,000 to 6 plus 523.32, and for section 2 at 6 plus 598.47 to 7 plus 042.15. So for the bill of quantities, we have here part A, facilities for the engineer, A118, provision of the field office for the engineer, rental basis. So for the quantity, please take a look at the screen. So we have also A1111, the provision of furnitures, fixtures, equipment, and appliances for the field office for the engineer. So we have part B, other general requirements for construction survey and staking, permanent monument and marking. We have also project billboard or signboard, occupational safety and health program, traffic management, and the mobilization and demobilization. For part C, earthwork, we have individual removal of trees, and then surplus common excavation, structure excavation for common soil, and pipe culverts and drain excavation for common soil, embankment from roadway excavation, and the subgrade preparation for common material. We have here partly the sub-base and base course. So item 201, the aggregate sub-base course, and part E, the surface courses. So item 3111B1, or the Portland cement concrete pavement, unreinforced for 0.20 meter feet. And we have also part G, the drainage and slope protection structures. We have pipe culverts, 910 mm diameter, or the 36 inches diameter class 4, and we have also pipe culvert 1,220 mm diameter, or the 48 inches diameter class 4. We have grouted riprap class A for our slope protection, and stone masonry. We have also the part H, the miscellaneous structures, or the reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings for both white and yellow. So next is 24JG0056, or the concreting of, 57, concreting of Barangay Ignacio, Garata, FMR Dinas, Zamboanga del Sur. So it has 3 sections. So the section 1 will be at 3 plus 800 to 4 plus 504.94, and section 2 will be 4 plus 504.94 to 4 plus 605.20, and for section 3, 4 plus 605.22 plus 4 plus 800. So for the bill of quantities, we have part A, the facilities for the engineers. So provision of field office for the engineer, rental basis. And we have also the part B, the other general requirements, the item construction survey and staking, permanent monument and marking, the B5, the project billboard or signboard, and then the occupational safety and health program, and the traffic management. We have also the mobilization and demobilization. So part C, the earthwork, individual removal of trees, small b above 300 mm diameter up to 500 mm diameter. So we have also the removal of structures and obstruction. So removal of existing concrete pavement, surplus common excavation, pipe culverts, and draining culverts for common soil. Embankment from roadway excavation or the common soil, and we have also the subgrade preparation for common material. For part D, the sub-base and base course, so we have item 201 or the aggregate sub-base course. We have also part E, the surface courses. So we have there item 3111A or the Portland cement concrete pavement and reinforced by 0.15 meter thick. We have also 3111D1, the Portland cement concrete pavement and reinforced or 0.20 meter thick. We have also part G, drainage and slope protection structures. So that is 5 culverts or 910 mm diameter or 336 inches diameter for class 4. And we have also 5061 or the stone masonry. And lastly, the part H, the miscellaneous structures or the reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings for both white and yellow. So for 24 JG 0058, the concreting of Barangay Timolan to Barangay Tuburan, FMR, Barangay Timolan and Barangay Tuburan, Tigbao, Zamboanga del Sur. So it will be from 0 plus 563 to 1 plus 2 and the 33. So that will be 0.67 lane kilometer. So for part A, the facilities for the engineers, we have item A118 or the provision of field office for the engineer or rental basis, and the item A1111, provision of furnitures, fixtures, equipment, and appliances for the field office for the engineer. So we have part B, the other general requirements, construction of survey and staking, permanent monument and marking, the item B5 or the project billboard or signboard, the occupational safety and health program, the traffic management, and the mobilization and demobilization. So for part C, we have also earthworks. So that will be surplus common excavation, structure excavation for common soil, embankment from roadway excavation common soil, and the subgrade preparation common material. So for part D, the sub-base and base course, so item 201, aggregate sub-base course. So for part E, surface courses, we have item 3111D1, Portland cement concrete pavement unreinforced for 0.20 meter thick. We have also part D, the G, drainage and slope protection structures, routed riprap class A, slope protection. And lastly, the part H, the miscellaneous structures, reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings for both white and yellow. So that's all, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you very much, Engineer Wen. So may I call on the materials quality control section headed by Engineer Artemio Villar.
As for quality assurance section, leaders reminded to strictly adhere to all DEO regarding materials. DEO number
213 series of 2004, rating that testing of construction materials be conducted prior to their incorporation into the works. It is hereby reiterated that all construction materials, particularly be subjected to quality tests prior to their incorporation into the works. DEO